Now then guys, so impressive bit of architecture that. It's, let me just get out of here because you don't have a lot of visual there. Get a lot of walkers around here. Some abandoned cars there now, well not abandoned but people out walking. So we're at the top of Garton Bank, it's on the road to Sledmere. Gearbox is playing up some at the minute. And what that is the Tatton Sykes Monument. Apparently he was a well-loved man, and it was built for him after his death. It's just a folly. Obviously there's doors at the bottom of it. Whether you can actually go up the inside or not, I don't know. I mean, it's all locked up and I wouldn't even know who to start contacting to see if I ever could. I would love to, because I love bits of architecture like that. And it's impressive. It's all it was. I only came out. I've just come out of my way a bit. I've been shopping, and I've just come out of my way by a few miles, just to. I knew there was some trees near-ish, and I know there's a house at the other side of the road, Sledmere Cottage. And all it was, I was wanting to bring the drone up and do like a point of interest flight around it. Oh, that's got some water on today. And let me just, my God, that's wobbling some today. But yeah. Back to the point. It's I was wanting to do a point of interest around it. I knew there was some trees nearby, but I couldn't remember how close to it. It's been years since I came up here. I couldn't remember how close the trees actually were to the structure. And as it happens, they're far enough away. And I was thinking of like I say, doing a drone flight around it. There was actually, when I pulled up, there was a photographer there just getting some pictures of it. Like I say, it's a well photographed piece of architecture in the area, and obviously, I mean, there's quite a lot of that sort of thing around here, follies and stuff like that. I mean, there's a graveyard a few miles near Brid that's got an obelisk in it, which is basically what it is. It is an obelisk. It's the summit or other. It's got a name, I can't remember what it is. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of that sort of thing, and I just fancied giving the flight around that one. So it's a little bit on the windy side at the minute. I almost brought it with me and thought I'll pop up and do it, but the wind's just that bit, even though it's a lovely day, but the wind is just not quite. Yeah, I would hate to have the drone fly into something like that and knock a bit of stonework off, and yeah, I would get a right roasting, wouldn't I? Yeah, it's like I say, just getting these gusts every now and then and what have you. But I was just gonna, I thought a point of interest flight around that. That was why I needed to make sure that the trees weren't too close to it. And obviously I'd have to be high enough to avoid being too close to the house at the other side. The building itself, what is it? I think it's 82 feet high or something like that. I noticed they've moved the fence closer to it. The fence used to sit further away from it, because there is actually like a moat round it, a brick moat, and a bridge across to it. Now I don't know if that was built at the same time or at a later date for water damage or something, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have thought it had any water problems there, to be honest, because it's so high up. I mean, alright, it's a chalk cliff, basically, that everything sits on in the higher ground here. Everything below that line is boulder clay from the last ice age. I only know all this because I did geology at school, so I know a little bit about the stone and what have you in the area. But yeah, I mean, other than the wind, it's gorgeous at the minute. We had rain yesterday and what have you. It was pretty crappy yesterday, although it was warm, very warm last night, very close last night. just recently I've been waking up in a lot of sweat and what have you, and having to change bed sheets and all sorts. It's just so close. Just I wish it wasn't quite so muggy on a night, but we can't have it all. We can't moan about the sun, but then yes we can, because we're British. We moan about everything, don't we? What it's like to be British. But we'll moan about that, and we'll moan about that, and we'll moan about that. So, yeah, God, what's been going on this week? I can't think. It's just been one of those, I don't know, I mean, it's like my first week back after a break off, which obviously wasn't really a break for me. You know, you sort of, the trouble is, it's a case of like, I always get home and have other things to do, like, it'll be either a grandchild to take home because she schools in our village, or it'll be a grandchild and her mother to take home. Sometimes I get my tea in before I take them, sometimes I don't, but tea's always too near, and you think, well, I want to go and cut my grass or something to that effect, but then like it's too close to other things that are getting done, so I'm packing too much into short spaces of time. And I think it was the other night, it was something like that, and then the wife wanted a cheesecake making at the same time, so, and by the time I'd got back, made sure we'd had our tea. Oh no, that was it, I'd been out to Middleton first, picked up a grandchild, dropped it off in Driffield, then gone home to have tea and what have you, and then I had another trip out, and by the time I'd actually got to where I was just standing at the back of the door, I'd just finished something in the kitchen, and I stood at the back door, and I was with a cup of coffee in my hand and my e-cig, and I was having a vape, and I looked out and I thought, oh, I'll cut the back grass, it's nice. You know, it'll only take me a short time. I can just rush around and get it done. And I quickly glanced back at the kitchen clock, and I thought, oh, okay, no I won't. It was 8:15. Which, you know, I can't go dragging the mower out at 8:15. And that's my nights, most nights of the week. So I struggle to even get anything done after work. What's happening is it's not the clutch as I thought it was. There is a bit of a wear from the thrust washer, or the thrust bearing on the clutch. But what it is, it's only forth that's giving problems. And I think what it is, I think the linkage has probably got a bit of play in it. So I'm going to have to look at the gearbox linkage. What is going on here? Everybody's suddenly on a go slow. It's quite amazing when I come down here now, actually, because I can see the new wind generators that have got up, which are actually right out at the coast. They are right out. Obviously there was the set at Lisset, but now there's this new set out at Fraysthorpe. They were the ones that the airlines were causing all the problems with the traffic in the area, because of course they come from Hull, but yeah, they come from the new Siemens plant in Hull, which we're getting the filter contract for, I think. The way they brought them, they had to bring them, because of the length of them, of course, they have to find the right roads, and they had to bring them down towards the M62, all the way down to Howden, and then bring them back towards Beverley and something or other. It was, oh, what a carry on. And for a few weeks the roads were mayhem, because they were carrying them like 2 a day. And I'm trying to think how many wind generators there are. I think there's about 8 or 9 being put up, maybe 10. And of course they've got 3 on each one at 100 foot long. You know, and I can actually see the tops of them turning as they come down, but they are like, I'm not sure if they're on the sea front. I've not actually been down there yet. There's another place that I'll probably eventually get the drone down there, sort of thing. As long as I don't fly too far south, because there's a nudist beach down there. I don't think that would go down too well. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? You lot watching one of my videos or something like that, and all of a sudden seeing all these naked people running down the beach. I would have thought it'd be fairly busy at this time of year, although I do know some guy years ago actually walked down there and was taking photographs, and they stoned him. He got bloody stoned. But apparently what was seen down there once was, and it's just wrong. I mean, right, I understand the whole ethos of what they're doing, you know, getting back to nature and all that sort of crap. It's not for me. But there was down there, it was an elderly couple, I'm guessing grandparents, and they had what I was assume was grandchildren with them, 2 girls, and the grandfather was posing naked with the 2 girls, who were probably around 5 to 10, on this nudist beach, and the grandmother taking a photograph of them. You know, holiday snapshots. You know, to me that's paedophilia. That's you know, I mean, they probably don't see it like that, but it's wrong. And the only trouble is, it's hard to sort of pinpoint, but Bridlington, of course, just further up the coast, is known for its high level of paedophiles. That when they get out of prison and what have you, they move to Bridlington, and it is known for it. Unfortunately, it's quite sort of worrying sometimes, although you don't hear much of it. But then, of course, you know, it's all done very carefully, isn't it? All this, what do we call it, grooming business, yeah. So I don't know. Somebody's setting up a little tomato store. So anyway, so I've been and got some stuff. I got a lump of beef yesterday, so I've got everything now to do the dinner. Which now, what temperature are we at? It's bloody... What is this guy doing? Some people just don't know how to make their mind up. Temperature is... There we go, 24 degrees I'm reading now. And it seems fairly accurate, this car, so... It's a nice temperature, but of course once you get out there with that wind chill, I mean, you know, the trees have got a lot of movement in them today. Yes, you're going to have to get onto the path, love. Dear me. So the front garden's looking okay-ish. Grass is all nicely cut and what have you. The hedges have been cut, but they need the nettles and stuff pulling out. There's a few nettles growing out of it at the minute, so I need to get them pulled out. Anyway, I'll catch up in a bit, guys. Wouldn't believe it was doing that, would you? Yeah, it didn't last long, it just bucketed it down for a little while. Oh dear. It didn't have to it as well. I don't know what time is it? It's gone 7. I've had my tea. Been back to the town again on another run, because we had we had the youngest grandchild last night. Night before that we had the other grandchildren. So it's all been fun and games as usual, like. What was it? I was playing football with the grandson up at the park on Saturday before I took him home. That gave me legs a good stretch. What else? I can't think what else I've done, you know. I mean, yeah, work's picking up, but we need some more stocking and what have you like, so, you know, but we will get there. We were expecting some to turn up on Friday, I think it was, and about Thursday and then Friday, but it didn't turn in. But we had some stuff, so we had some bits sent straight direct sort of thing, and we sent a fair few bits and pieces out ourselves, but yeah, we're still waiting, like I say, for stock. We're always waiting for stock. Need to cut my grass. as usual, nothing new there. Yard's full of toys. I did strip some of the grass out from between the slabs. I've still got, well, I've done just over half of it. By the time I finish, it'll start growing again at the other side. But I'll get it all done. Green bin, that's got to go out tonight. We had all our recycle bins done last week. That buddleia bush hasn't half taken off. Just waiting for it to flower next, and then we'll get the butterflies again. Can't believe the sun's come back out again, I really can't. Went really grey and miserable. Chucked it down just for, what? Well, I think it did it for about 2-3 minutes, and then it stopped, and then did it again for another minute, and then stopped and this again, and then it's gone sunny again. So that's our British summer for us, I suppose, isn't it? But still got videos coming out my ear holes, but not enough peace time to do it. Actually, I'm feeling spits of rain again. Yeah, the wind's picking up again. Here we go. Just can't make its mind up, can it? Oh, this will probably be sounding terrible, so I'm off in. So I've just finished cleaning the kitchen anyway. I've cleaned the cooker top down, but the parts for it are still in the dishwasher. I've only just put them in there, so that needs putting on yet, but cooker ain't going to get used again tonight anyway, so... Oh, I didn't wipe the front of it. I've got that to do. And then I'm going to have a cornetto out of the freezer and chill out and get this vlog sorted. And I've got loads of YouTube to catch up on because I just haven't been watching it the last 2 or 3 nights because it's just... I don't get a chance. I've just gone through one of them really busy stages at home and it's sort of doing my head in a bit really. But it's all good, I suppose. Keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? I've got a lot of pain in my hip today. I think it's a lot of it's, I mean, yeah, alright, some of it's down to this arthritis and what have you, but I think what's made it worse is my bed. And what it is, I don't think it's the mattress. The mattress is actually quite a good quality one, although it is a couple of years old now, but it is a good quality one. It's one of those with thousands of little springs in it, with like a memory foam topper. So I think it's the base. The base is, what happened was, I had an electric moving base with the slats in, and my mum, when my dad got ill, my mum wanted, because he had a hospital type bed with an air mattress and he couldn't get on with it, it didn't suit him at all. So my mum bought him a mattress and I said, well, he can have my base, and I had an old base that they had kicking around, which is just one of those little hard divan bases, and I think it's that's sort of, as the mattress is slowly worn down a bit, it's starting to really sort of grate on the bones a bit, so, but yeah, I shall investigate more into that, but I think it's my bed. So, I'm just sort of mid having a cup of coffee and what have you as well, after a hard graft. Because I don't think I haven't really stopped since about just after dinner time. We had my daughter stay last night as well, the youngest daughter, because her husband was having some lads round for the fighting. They're like the UFC, they watch that. And, there's a few of them all into it, so I think it was one of his brothers he had round and a friend, so that so she usually just leaves them, and if she hasn't got like any girly night or anything like that planned, then she just comes and stays with us. Plenty of room for her, so. And then the other one's upstairs. Sound his ass probably. I don't think he's even eaten his tea yet. Bloody waste. Yeah. So there'll be that to clean up later as well. So, I've started eating this sort of stuff for me lunch now. I was getting a bit tired of sandwiches all the time, even though like I've got some beef left, but just got tired of it. You know, it's always sandwiches, and I was always just getting bloated up with the bread and what have you. You know, all that gluten and carbs and that. So I started having like some tins. So just prefer the ones with a pull top at the minute. The tin opener at work doesn't work too well, and nobody wants to buy one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself. I meant to buy one today and I forgot. I'm going to get one of those a nice sort of sized Tupperware tub sort of thing. I've got one, but it's a bit big because it was one that was more designed for putting sandwiches and that in. So I'm going to get myself a nice round one, and then what I'll do is I'll start putting it in on the night before and stick it in the fridge and then take it to work and microwave it at work. Because we've got a microwave and a toaster, so I could even like take some bread and do toast to go with it if I wanted to. So that's what I'm going to start. That's what I've been doing anyway. I've already been doing it last week, and I'm going to start doing it a bit more often, I think. I don't know. I've got some pasties in the fridge as well. Actually, that I might even take one of them. I don't know yet. See how I feel in the morning. But I'm absolutely shattered now. My feet are killing me, and I'm ready to just drop on the bed, to be honest, guys. So there's obviously a few minutes before, and this is now getting to nearly 9 minutes. So, and at the end of the day, I'm just waffling crap. So I'm going to go and hide away next to my computer and hope I'm not noticed in the corner while I do this vlog, and hopefully get a bit of YouTube viewing in. So I'm going to say sayonara, guys. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys. See ya.